What does consent look like online when sharing like private messages or photos?
Yeah, so if you've got two people that are like 16 or 17 and they're, choosing to consensually share images or like sexual texts, sex, if you will. This is something that people, if they're choosing to do that consensually and without being like coerced, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I think actually like in this day and age of technology, it's pretty normal, to want to do that. And that's where it's like really the onus is really on the person receiving those images or those like sexual texts to make sure that they are like really respecting the person that's sent them and trusted them to have have access to these. And that goes like both ways if they're both sharing them. It's really just about like keeping those to the recipient, the intended recipient, and like when it becomes illegal or unethical is when it's shared outside of that. This isn't exactly what you asked, but it's something to keep in mind is like around what context those were sent in. It's really important that people aren't pushing someone, like making someone feel guilty about not sending something as though it's the expectation that they need to live up to in that relationship. So that's kind of like, kind of going back a couple of steps. But yeah, that's like kind of really where it needs to be grounded in, is that initially there's actually a want to do it by both people rather than kind of one person pushing it onto the other person. And because that in itself, like if it was coerced, that one person felt like pressured to send, that changes everything, and then it's no longer ethical or legal.